Hi guys, it's Lauren and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to have a little bit more of a chat about anxiety. In one of my previous videos, I've explained my story with anxiety and my experience with it. So please do check that out if you haven't already seen it. But in today's video, it has been a requested video from a couple of people, and at some of the talks I've given, a lot of the students have said that they found this part really beneficial, so I'm going to share that with you today, and that is ways to get yourself out of an anxiety attack. So if you didn't see my last video, briefly, I first experienced anxiety when I went into 6th year of secondary school, so roughly about the ages of 17. It did go away, and it came back again when I started in college. So if I was to put an age on it, I'd say it was bad from the time I was 17 until maybe 21. Saying that, I don't have anxiety now, but I do feel anxious sometimes, and sometimes the anxious feeling can be more heightened than someone who's never experienced anxiety before and just regularly feels anxious. But yeah, basically I've had my fair share of anxiety attacks, and this is just some of the methods that helped me come out of them. And then particularly as I started to overcome my anxiety, it really did, I was able to use these tricks without even thinking about them, and it just lessened the amount of time the anxiety attack went on for, and lessened the impact it had on me physically and mentally and stuff. So the first thing that I will always tell people is to focus on your breathing. And I know everyone says this, and it is incredibly hard, and it did take me a while to really see the benefits of it and actually do it. When you're in the state of a panic attack, you feel like you can't control anything. For me, kind of felt like something else has come in and taken a hold of my body, and I no longer am in control of my mind, of my legs, of my arms, of my feelings, anything. Like, I don't control it anymore, somebody else does. But the truth is, you still are in control, and you can bring it back, and you can calm yourself down. So breathing is really important. This is just breathing, taking deep breaths in and out. Have someone there who will do that for you. So if you have someone in front of you and you're watching them breathing, it's much easier when you're in a state of uncontrollable emotions and just an uncontrollable feeling. If you're watching somebody else, it's easier to mimic them than it would be to tell yourself, this is what I need to do. So if you have a really good friend or a family member or whoever it is that you really do trust, let them know this. And if you are someone watching this who doesn't suffer from anxiety attacks yourself, but you do have a loved one who does, remember this: get on your knees in front of the person if they're sitting down. Well, make sure that they're sitting down, but get on your knees in front of them and breathe. Go. I just tell them how to do it, and do it with them, because mimicking it is just so much easier. The next thing is kind of in line with that, and that's to make sure that you have someone with you. I know for me, definitely, and I think I can say this for the majority of people who suffer with anxiety, you don't want anyone to see you like that, and you just don't want anyone around. You want to be by yourself, and you kind of try and isolate yourself, particularly when you're having a panic attack. When I first started having anxiety attacks, I didn't know what they were, so I definitely didn't want somebody else seeing me in the state, because I couldn't explain it. But the more it went on, the more I realized having someone there is just so important. It's just having that kind of security net in front of you, whether it's them holding your hand or them doing the breathing techniques in front of you or talking to you, whatever it is. It's just nice to have someone there, because you know you're not alone, and then when you come out of it, there's someone there to give you a big hug. Again, likewise, if you're someone watching this who doesn't suffer with anxiety but has loved ones that do, stay with them, and they will run away. Like, I used to run away from my friends all the time, and if it was in school, I'd run into the bathroom. In college, I used to like literally run out of college, and I'm so thankful that my friends came with me. But you it's really important that you do go with the person, because they will need you. They mightn't think they do, or they mightn't want to admit that they do, but even if you're standing outside the cubicle of a toilet just talking to them through the door, you've no idea how much of a difference that's going to make for them. So definitely have someone with you. Kind of again, in order to have someone with you, you must tell somebody. So tell somebody close to you, as I said, whether it's a mom, a dad, a brother, sister, auntie, uncle, best friend, someone in your sports, like a best friend in your sports club, best friend in school. Just make sure you tell somebody, and tell multiple people, so that if you are at a sports club, if you're at running or something and it happens, there's someone there that knows what to do and knows what's happening. Likewise, if you're in school, there's someone there who knows what's going on and what's happening. I used to have about 3 friends in school who knew exactly what I was experiencing, and I could tell them what to do, just to make sure that there was someone in every class I went to, that if something happened, there was someone there for me. So really do make sure you tell people, and especially in this day and age, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not anything like that. So don't be afraid to share. People are a lot more receptive of this and a lot more understanding, because the awareness is there today. Another thing that I find kind of in later years that I found that helped me was having something that gave me comfort. So for me, that might have been my top that I was wearing. It could have been like the smell of my top, or the feel of my top or jacket, or whatever it was. That smell of home kind of calmed me down. For other people, it could be a bracelet, it could be a necklace that a loved one gave them. It sometimes as well, it's like an object. So rocks, I've heard that a lot, that people get a rock and it's their worry rock. It could be a stress ball. Whatever it is, make sure you always have that with you. And as my clothes were obviously always on me, so just being able to lift it up just like this, and I could smell the comfort, which would remind me of home, or I could just smell my own smell, just used to calm me down a lot. I know it might sound weird, but like it genuinely did help. And like that wasn't even when I was having a panic attack, that was even just if I was feeling really, really anxious. Like in the airport would be somewhere that would make me feel really anxious, and I used to like go around my boyfriend and I'd hold his hand and I like might lean in really close to him, and he wouldn't know what I was doing, but I was like smelling his jumper just because it smelled of him, and that calmed me down, because it just gave me that comfort and that security. So pick something. As I said, it doesn't have to be a smell, it doesn't have to be clothing, it could be an object, it could be a piece of jewellery, it could be a rock or a stress ball or anything like that, but find something that really symbolises comfort and home for you, I think is how I would describe it. Another thing that I recommend is having some affirmations to look at when you're in this state. That might sound like, Laura, like the last thing I have time to do is read out affirmations, but especially it's more so like when it has passed and you're starting to come out for it. If you have something that you can just read and it just says, I am strong enough, I am going to get through this, I am brave, I am good enough, all of these things, or I am capable of overcoming this, all things that are true. But if you have them in front of you, whether that's written on a piece of paper that you stick in your pocket, another thing I suggest is like on your phone. It could be your screensaver or like your home screen, or just a photo that you have really handy on your phone that you can take straight out. I know some people have like see-through covers on their phone. You could even write it on a piece of paper and have it on the other side or of your screen, of your cover on your phone, so that it's there. That can really, really help you just calm down. It gets you breathing without noticing that you're breathing correctly because you're speaking. It gets you, as I said, it calms you down, and then you can resonate these things in your head with yourself, which is really, really important. And I think my final tip is to just let it pass, to just let it happen. This sounds odd, I know this sounds odd, but it really can help if you just sit and say, as you come into it, and just say, okay, this is happening now, I know this is going to happen, what do I do? Part of the panic attack, and part of the reason the panic attacks can be so drastic, is because your body goes into shock. You don't know what you're doing, and then you're scrambling. Your head is scrambling, trying to figure out, why can't I feel this anymore? Why am I crying? Why am I shaking? What can I do to stop it? And it's just like, if you could just imagine, this is how I picture it, is in your head, there's just people and paper flying everywhere, and these little people are just running around in circles, just scrambling to find the answers. It's just not how it works. It's just not going to help it, and it's not going to make it any better. If you know it's coming on, and you just sit there and say, okay, this is happening, I know it's happening, let's just get through it, you will find yourself calm down a lot more. I'm not saying the panic attack won't happen, it will, but it will pass a lot quicker. Just accept that it's going to happen, let it happen, and then discuss it when it's over. I think they're my top tips, and they're definitely things that helped me. So firstly, breathe. Learn your breathing techniques. It's just simple. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Hold for a couple of seconds if you can. Try and get someone in front of you who can mimic them. But if you can't, just really remember those breathing techniques. The next is to have someone with you. It's so important just to have that support system who can give you a hug, who can hold your hand, and who can do the breathing with you. And have people everywhere is what I find helps most. The third one, I can't remember what I said for the third one. Oh, having an object or something that reminds you of safety, security, home is one of those things for me. So whether that be learning to kind of just breathe into your clothes a little bit, so you're taking that home scent in, or it's holding onto somebody's hand who feels like home, or rubbing a necklace or bracelet, having a rock or a stress ball. It could even be I don't know, it could be anything, whatever symbolizes safety and security for you. That's what I'm suggesting there. The next thing is affirmations. And as I said before, I know people might be like, Lauren, seriously, where do you think we're going with that now? But honestly, it will really help, particularly in the aftermath stage. So just have it written down on your phone, in your notes, as your screensaver, at the back of your phone case, wherever it is, but have it somewhere quick and easy that you can just access it when you need it. And then the next one is to just let it pass. I know this sounds crazy when you feel like it's all just falling apart and you don't know what's happening and you don't know why things are happening, but the best thing you can do in that situation is just stop and let it happen. The quicker you just relax, I suppose is the way you would put it, but it won't feel like relaxing at the time, is just stop and just let it pass. And when you let it pass, it will happen quicker and you'll be out the other side quicker. I hope these tips can help you too. As I said, I'm no expert. These are just things that help me, and I've shared them with others, and I know they have helped others too. If there's anything else you'd like me to give you a little bit more detail on, please do let me know. And if there's anything at all to do with anxiety or anything, please do just drop me a message, and I'd be more than happy to share my thoughts on it or share what my experience with it. Anxiety attacks are scary, but there is people out there who can help you, and you can help yourself. That's the biggest thing to take away from this, is that you can actually help yourself, and you can do this if you really want to do it. Try these steps. Some of them might work for you, some of them mightn't. Try different things and just let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear if you've used these tips and if they worked, or if I can be a benefit in any other way. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!